This is still a 3/4 inch key. 3/4 inch right here at 90s. What I'm doing here is I'm going to show you how to, from nothing, to add in a vanity. Water lines for a vanity. Straight from the water, straight from the city water from the meter. Comes in underneath the house to this line right here. And then I'm going to show you how to connect it into that main line. Run over pipes into vanity, coming up through the floor and everything. So let's see some of the common things you might need. A reducer from a 3/4 to 1/2 inch, stuff like that. Shut-offs for the sink. That connect with PEX. And then, you know, just T's, 90s, couplings, and then 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. And there's all the stuff that I'm using. And then all these things right here. There's some clips. And then some crimp rings. And then these are the tools that I'm using. And then there's some pipe. Already preset and pre-cut. It's going to come up through the floor right here. Right back here, I cut a hole. And I'm going to bring these pipes up through that hole and connect it into this pipe, which is the hot water coming out of the hot water heater. This is the cold line coming in and the hot line coming out. And I'm going to splice it in. Camera right here. Okay, this drain coming down was that drain that was above for where the vanity's gonna set. All the drain line is gonna come down here and out into the city sewer. Now I'm gonna put water lines. This is the first step right here. Here's one, and it's pre-cut and pre-measured. You'll just cut you a piece that's long enough to go through the floor, up about 1 foot up through the floor. One red, and here's one that's blue, and that'll go up through the floor as well. And all that is a 90 and pre-cut pieces of pipe that are long enough to go to this 3/4 city main water, or from the hot water heater. And this is just to get these pipes through that hole. So I'm down here, got everything cut. And you can crimp all these together. Here's a tip. You can get everything like I did, ready outside. Measure it down here, go outside, pre-make it all, and then come back down here. I'm gonna have to go underneath this. Okay, so I'm underneath the house. And now the water lines are 90'd up. Now I'm gonna move you back up top and show you how I do those connections. There's the drain pipe right here. And then the cold water, hot water. And I've got these shut-offs, and I'll take one out of this bag so you can see what it looks like. And we're gonna hook them up. I'm gonna show you how to hook them up. Right there, and on top, this side connects straight into the PEX. You stick it right in there, which I'm about to do right now. But you put a ring on there first. Actually, that's gonna slide all the way through. You take this piece off. I'm gonna leave it on right now, but don't worry about what that is. You can take that off, and then you connect your sink supply line directly to this end. But this end, you put a ring on, stick the supply line on there, and then get this tool. And you're gonna let it go down just a little bit from the top and crimp it tight. Do the same thing with the red one. To the floor. Now I'm gonna drag these over this way. I'm gonna see what it looks like underneath. Okay, we're good underneath. And the red one is going to cut, we're going to cut right into this, which goes straight up here into the hot water heater and comes out. And all I'm going to do is put a T in right here. And this, the end of this is capped. And I'll show you. When you're cutting, kind of twist it like this. And don't cut it too fast. Okay, now let's cut. See, the end of this has a cap on the end. Okay, now I'm going to put a 3/4 inch T. Get you a ring, put that on there. Get you another one, put it on this end. Actually, I got a special fitting for this. I got a special fitting. You'll like this. This is still a 3/4 inch T, but what it does is it goes down to a 1/2 inch already for you. 3/4 inch T. Still though, you got to put these rings on here. Put that on there. Put this back together with this cap on the end. Now, we'll tie this red one. We're going to tie it in. We're going to cut it right here. Okay, right there. And we're going to get a 1/2 inch ring for that. And this is tying in the hot water to the vanity where it's going to come up through the floor. That way we won't have to go under the house again. And all the plumbing under the house will be done. Okay, we'll tighten this down. All 3 of these. There's one, that's the 1/2 inch going to the vanity. This is the 3/4 inch man-made manifold deal that I'm making, so that, you know, this is just easy way to do this. I mean, it's the only other way that I know other than using a manifold. Okay, so there you go, there's that. That's the hot water going in. Now we have the cold water. And here's the cold water. Let's make sure these are going to be coming up through the floor good. Okay, we're good on that one. And we're good on that one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Let's say right here. I'm going to cut it right here. Let's cut it even with this other one. Right there. Okay. Okay, it's cut. And we'll put the same fitting. A 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And this will tie in the cold water to the vanity. And that's all there is to that, pretty much. And then I'll take you in closer so you can see everything if you want to see everything up close. But and I'll kind of explain it a little bit better. Try to. Okay, so those are done there. Those hot and cold, and I'll straighten those up and tack everything up. I'm going to put a piece of wood in the wall there to brace everything up, and then you'll attach your sink supply lines directly to here and to here, and take off those little nuts. Take off that little nut on the end, and that little nut there on the end. But you can see this is the main water coming in right here. It 90s in over and around and goes into the hot water heater. This is the hot water coming out, cold water in, hot water out. Now the hot water out runs out to a little manifold that I made. It's capped right here, and all it's doing is running the red out to the sink, and another red here out to the kitchen sink, which is on the other side of this wall right here. And it's the same thing. You'll attach the little supply lines, which look like these. Sink supply lines go to those. But it's the same thing with this. This is the white coming in from outside, And all the blue lines come off of that because that's the cold lines coming out of there. And right there. To the toilet, to the sink. So that's kind of how PEX plumbing works. And that's, you know, add in a tub here, and I'll show another video on that.